Hello everyone and welcome to the SJ6 Legend review. This is going to be part 1 of the review, and in this part we are going to take a look at the camera very close, the menu, its specifications and the accessories. And I don't want to make this too long, so I'm going to split it into parts. On the second part you are going to see video footage from the camera in various situations and testing its features like gyro and other things. So today we are just going to take a look at what's inside and how it works. What's different about the SJ6 Legend model, what is very important, is that uses a new image sensor. Actually, it's not a new image sensor, but it's different from the last image sensors used on their latest model, like the M20. It's the Panasonic sensor, which was found on the 5000 plus model, and it's back again on this model. It also has two screens, one in the front like a GoPro, one on the back side, and the one on the back is a touch screen, which is interesting and should make it easier to operate. So enough with the talk, let's open the box to see what is inside. Of course we get the SJCam genuine scratch and check verification code to be sure that it's not a copy or a clone. We are going to take a quick look into the box. So we get a cloth, microfiber cloth, the well-known bicycle adapter, pivots and tripod adapters, another pivot with screws, a USB cable, and you can see that on this SJCam model they have moved back to mini USB, and I'm going to show you why. You also get this frame, which is very useful, and it's first time when you get this kind of frame instead of proprietary frame for the camera. This is much better, you can use it easier. Of course, some stickers, another open casing for the door. Actually, this, you can see, it's a touch back door, so you can swap this, which is also very interesting. And it has a membrane which will push the screen like your finger, so you should actually use the touchscreen underwater. This is a nice addition. And of course a manual with all the things about the camera, and it's in English, German, Russian, Chinese, so plenty of languages there. And in this part of the box we get quick mounts, adhesive pads, and SJCam newly designed pads that are found on the M20 series. You can see they are different. This part is slimmer, but they also enable rotation. It's a nice concept, but this will not be compatible with GoPro mounts. You have to use the provided ones from SJCam, like the one which is already installed on the camera, which is much slimmer than a regular one. But the rotation feature, it's interesting and useful, and it will aid you not using too much screws and this kind of adapters to adjust the camera, so you can just clip it on and rotate it as you need. So it's a nice idea, but you are going to have to use their proprietary adapters. Right, so I'm gonna put this aside. And now, what's the most important? The camera itself. It comes in a waterproof case. The waterproof case has a latching with a secondary security device, so you cannot open it by mistake, which is good. And here's the camera. And first we can see that it has a tripod mount already on it. It's a screw, and this will make it easier for you just to screw it on a monopod or on a tripod without using frames or other adapters. This is very good. Let's take a look inside. So we get a newly designed door which is spring loaded, and you are not going to lose it as it's has a hinge. Very nice. And a newly designed battery with a declared capacity of 1000 milliamps, so it should last a bit longer. We'll see about that. And seems similar with the 900 milliamps one, just a tad so it seems similar with 900 milliamps one that are found on the M20. As you will see, the M20 also has a different battery. They are not the usual batteries found on the regular SJCams. This one is lighter than this, so this may really have bigger capacity, as I can feel a big difference between them. And why not put it to the test? So 900 milliamps one has 15 grams, and this has 80 grams. So you can see there is a lot of difference, and I was right just by a few grams. Right, so I'm going to put the battery back. Right, looking at the rest of the design, seems to have better material. This is rubbery plastic, has a nice grip, and these are profound engraved on the camera, so it has better grip than on the previous models like this. And you can see this is a 4000 plus. It's also thinner, which is okay, but it's heavier. Let's see if it has enough power to start. And yes, we have power, SJCam, and there we go. We already have image and touchscreen, which is very nice. It's a lot more easy now to change settings. The screen seems to respond okay. As you can see, it also has a protection screen over it, so without it it can be even better probably, but it seems responsive enough. It has a bit of delay when scrolling, but you can see that I can click quickly on these options and they will execute, so no problem there. And this menu seems very familiar with another camera's menu, and that camera is a Y2 camera, and you can see they have almost the same type of menu, so even they have similar modes like this, you can see. So I'm going to select video on both, and if I go to settings, you can see resolution, field of view, it's here. So you have the settings in the same layout, and camera advanced settings and so on. So it's nice, it's easy to use. Right, so moving forward, let's check all the settings. I'm going to reposition the camera. So the menu, first we have resolution, and in resolution we have values from 120 frames per second in 720p up until 240 frames per second, where it's only VGA resolution. These are the same specs found on the Elite model, 5000X Elite model, and also on the M20. And of course 4K, it's interpolated, it's not full Ultra HD, but it's interpolated from a lower resolution. And you also get all the most useful ones that are 2K and Full HD in 60 frames per second. I'm going to select 2K resolution. Right, so you have loop recording, and we get options from 3 minutes to 10 minutes. Field of view, you have wide, middle, narrow. This will crop the image and will reduce the angle of the lens. Wide dynamic range, this will improve contrast between dark areas and light areas in some situations. Gyro sensor, which you know what that does, it will stabilize the image when the camera it's shaking. Audio option, you can turn on or off, and because we are talking about our audio and I was showing you that this new SJCam uses mini USB, this is why it uses mini USB, because this model now supports an external microphone which comes with a mini USB plug. So it's the first model released by SJCam to use this connectivity, and this will also work for SJ7 and SJ360, and we'll see about that probably later. Right, so you can record external audio using a microphone. I'm going to zoom back in. Right, so yes, I want to record with audio. You have volume options, timestamp, video file format, so you can choose MP4 or MOV format. Bitrate, you can select a bitrate for the video files. Double file, this will make a smaller file for quick preview on a mobile phone. Power on record, this will automatically start recording video when you power on the camera. Sharpness for the video. White balance, which are usual presets found on most camera. Color, you have some effects here like warm, cool, retro, black and white. EV exposure value, compensation, you can adjust here to increase or decrease. And distortion correction, which will reduce the fisheye effect of the lens. Right, so on settings we have languages, and you can see it supports a lot of languages. You can pause the video if you want to. I'm just going to go quickly through them. Right, so there are a lot of languages. Date and time, you can format the micro SD card with format. FPV mode, it's the TV out mode. Enabling this will make the camera output video on the mini USB port. TV mode, it's a standard. Power on record, it's again here, and we had it also there. Auto power off, so if the camera is idle it will turn off to save battery. Keypad tone, if you want to have beep confirmations. A screensaver, which will turn the screen to save power. Frequency for the light source. Image rotation, you can show SJCam logo on your video if you want to. Power on mode, this will start the camera, as you can see, in a mode that was previously used, or in a default mode that you are going to set here. You can see you have another water mode, which sounds interesting. Default settings, we reset the camera. Version, here is the camera version, firmware, version 1. You can see it's freshly released a few days ago. Right, so that was this. You have a quick menu here where you can select video labs, still photos, so the modes supported by the camera. On this side we have a power button here. This is a quick menu for settings, you can see, and of course the shutter button. And on the front we get a small screen that will show what the camera is doing. For example, now it's in a 2K resolution, so you have a confirmation here, and also that it doesn't have space on the SD card, and the time and the battery. And we also have a lot of LEDs, one here, one here, one here, the ones in front, and you can see the gyro is working. And of course I'm going to insert an SD card in it. Now we have an SD card inside, and I can show you some other things, like the shortcuts. If I slide the image on one side, the camera will switch from photo mode to video mode, so you can switch modes without pressing buttons or entering settings. It's a shortcut. Also, if you use this like a drawer, you have here the option to use Wi-Fi, to use the remote, the SJ remote, which looks like this. Okay, you can also enable FPV mode, and you can lock the screen and you can unlock it like this, just like on a mobile phone. And you have this menu here, and here are a lot more settings, as you can see, even an underwater mode, car mode. So not only those that are displayed here, but actually there is another row hidden here, and it's very useful as you can switch them very easy without entering the menu. You can also tap to hide on-screen display, which is also useful. So if you want to frame a picture better and do not want to see all the indication, just tap the screen, the camera will continue to work normally. And this screen, it's not touchable, it's just an indication, so it will show a confirmation of what the back screen shows. And for example, if I start recording, you can see it's showing me that it's recording, and that's about it. And you also have here a lot of LED lights that show the activity, right? And you also have LEDs here. I'm going to power on the Wi-Fi and try to connect with my phone. The camera will not connect if you do not have an account. This is also used for sharing your media files on a new platform that is hosted by this application. To register is very easy. You just need to supply an email address and create a password, and that's all. It's almost instant. So now if you go to camera, and if you have already connected the Wi-Fi, and if you press camera, you will get image right away. So there it is with full status. You have I am charging the camera with a power bank because the battery went flat with all the tests. So you can access all the settings like resolution, you can take photos, videos, you can browse the gallery from the camera, and even access more settings related to the camera. It's the full menu here, so you can choose whatever you want, from time lapse, photo lapse, resolutions. It's as I already told, the full menu here. So the app is working okay. It does have a bug, this application. It will not connect to the camera if you have data enabled on your phone. So you just need to have a Wi-Fi connection to the camera and all other internet connectivity turned off, because if you have mobile data on your phone, it will try to use mobile data to connect to the camera, which is not going to work out, and it will fail to connect. So you need to disconnect mobile data first, and then it will work very nice. So this was the first part of the review. You see that this camera brings a lot of improvements over the previous series. You have this touchable screen which comes with a waterproof case, so this can be used up to 3 meters underwater and you will still have touchscreen capability, because this is a membrane here. So this is a kind of novelty and it should work. You have an external microphone for the camera, and they also have an optional monopod, which is pretty good, and the remote also works with this camera. Although you can use the touch screen and the mobile phone, you can also use this, and it comes with this specially designed bracket that will clip on the monopod here, and you can control the camera from here while you want to take a selfie or something like that. The buttons are right where they should be, so another plus. So that was it. Be sure to follow my channel, as soon I will start putting videos with it, and also I will do some comparison with other SJCam models to see how this Panasonic sensor compares with, for example, a Sony sensor found on this camera and an OmniVision sensor found on this camera. So stay tuned, and until next time, bye bye.